Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, New Zealand and Tonga are saying hello to 2022, and we'll be saying hello to 2022 soon. So wherever you are in the world, stay healthy, stay strong, and have a good party, okay? And I'll catch you in the next year. So basically, one thing you want to see whilst we're tracing is smart money. I'll classify this guy as smart money, okay? This guy, MicroStrategy, has purchased an additional 1,914 Bitcoins for 94.2 million in cash at an average price 49,229 per Bitcoin, basically. As of 29th of December, we hodl 124,391 Bitcoins acquired for 3.75 billion at an average price of 30,159 per Bitcoin. So this is good. This is good, you know. So this guy who pays a lot of money for technical analysis, I would imagine, and as the absolute boss analyst looking at charts and looking at fundamentals and technicals, you know, is advising him, you know, this could be a good entry point right now. So, you know, could we be in for a fantastic 2022? You know, we are caught between a rock and a hard place, like I said to you. But one thing you want to see whilst we are dipping and sort of retracing is the smart money buying. And this is why I always give a link to you in each and every single video description of our whale, our friendly whale. So I'm going to show you that whale right now, okay? So this is the whale that I link to in every single Bitcoin video, okay? You know, this whale, I would classify this whale as smart money because, look, if you go back here, they sold here when Bitcoin was topping out at 67. Okay, $2,000 shy, but since then, the dip, they've been buying aggressively. You know, they've been buying aggressively, and so this is a smart money. They recently bought, I think a few days ago, yesterday in fact, they purchased another 241 Bitcoins at $47,000. A couple of days before that, or day before that, sorry, they purchased another 120. A few days before that, they purchased another 136. So this particular whale is aggressively buying the dip. Smart money, okay, not dumb money. And like I've shown you so many times, be smart money, don't be dumb money. And it is that clear that you can follow this. It's on the blockchain. This is the beauty of Bitcoin, okay? This is why you can see that on-chain analysis of Bitcoin is strong and bullish, okay? So the price action at the moment is consolidating in a range and it's looking for continuation. Those calling for a bear market, I'm afraid, you know, that's bear market hopium at the moment. There's no structural support that's been lost to sort of clarify a bear market, in my opinion, okay? And obviously people's opinions differ and change, but like I've said to you so many times, I do think that this cycle is pretty different, and it's already been proven because, you know, November, December, we do usually see a parabola, the mania, the run up, the blow off top, which we've not had yet. Will we get it? Time will tell. But like I've shown you in yesterday's video, in order to get to that $260,000 price tag, we have to sort of go through this lengthening theory that we sort of push and longevity seized away basically, and we sort of slowly go up the stairs to our appreciation targets that we're looking at for Bitcoin. Otherwise, we would have broken out of a key resistance, and at that point, what happens, you know? So it's conforming, it's doing everything it needs to get to them price predictions that I've got for you for Bitcoin, okay? So let's take a look at the charts right now. So looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, then straight off the bat, you just consolidate, you're going sideways. Look at that, boom, 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 chip chop sideways. If you dip, so be it. Hold that support, fantastic entry point. See you later, alligator, you're off scare. Lose that support down here, like I've shown you so many times, and you're looking at a retest of that trend line, you know, from there to there. That could offer you a beautiful little short up once you lose that, all the way down of around about 26% right there for Bitcoin, okay? So far so good. You're structurally sound. You got your high lows, find support, and up she goes basically. So there's a candlestick formation. Look, you've equally got this trend line. Look at this trend line, this inverted and shoulders, bump and run pattern, you know, huge horizontal that you've broken out of as well. You're falling back to the neckline and you're looking for continuation. So you're holding support. Do you see this? Holding support. Does it mean you can have a crash in the week, wick down to that low and start to come back up and close above this trend line? Of course it does. This is how it works. Look, you had a wick down here to this level of support on the 55 EMA, come back up and close the week out above. You know, it's when you're closing below resistance, like this trend line is a massive level of support right now, back tested and turned into resistance. Equally, when you're closing below the EMAs, look, you start to close out below the EMAs just here, you start to close out below the 10 and the 20, holding above the 55, you're consolidating, you're caught in a range. Really simple, okay? Now your downtrend and your bear market confirmation for me is if you lose this 55, okay, and you start closing under it consecutively, you're rolling because you've entered a downtrend, like I said to you so many times. Yellow line, 20 EMA, hold support, uptrend. 55, hit resistance, downtrend, okay? Caught between, consolidation. Really is that simple. Consolidation, consolidation. Okay, so yeah, it's just chipped up sideways, looking for continuation. Okay, so we're looking for support for Bitcoin, but there is a lovely, inverse head and shoulders pattern here. Your old structural support for the continuation. Technical target is 77k. Equally, you got your impulsive break ticking to 107k as well in this bull market for Bitcoin. So far, so good. Okay, you look how difficult it was to push Bitcoin below 30k here. Look how difficult it is at the moment to get Bitcoin down to 40k. Is it going to happen? It's hopium, isn't it? I would love it if it did, to be honest with you, because I'd absolutely go long. But anyway, again, nothing I say is financial advice. Everything is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Bitcoin's looking relatively strong, and like I've shown you, one thing you want to see is the whales and the smart money accumulating these prices as well, because they're paying the top money to analyze these projects that we're invested in, basically. So right now, for me, there is a candlestick formation. I'm going to show you this tweet from Yuri. Okay, so this guy Yuri, I've spoken to you about him before. Okay, he posts content all the time, but he posted something yesterday. Bitcoin 8-hour Ikinashi candles showing a trend reversal after the trend line retest. Now look at this. So we got this bump and run pattern, which I've spoken to you so many times. We fell back to its support, and right now we're held in its support and we're breaking out. But one thing I've never looked at before is these Heiken Ashi candles. So I'm going to take a look at them before, because I've never, honestly, hold my hands up, never even heard of them. So I've looked into them and they're pretty cool. So I'm going to show you something on the weekly that I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. Okay, so for Bitcoin on the weekly, to get to the Heiken Ashi candles, at the top here you've got this option. You've got the bars, candles, and all these options here, and as you can see, you've got Heiken Ashi like that. Now this Heiken Ashi on the weekly, this is showing me something at the moment, that some kind of pop or some kind of break is quite imminent here for Bitcoin, because look, you came down in this downtrend, and look at the squeeze here on the Heiken Ashi, okay, and then you rolled, okay, and this is where you came back down and you retested this swing low down here, came up, higher low, double bottom, and up you went, basically breaking out to the upside. So you can see, given the candlestick formation, that the type of squeeze that created a break, basically, and just here we came down, started to squeeze, and we popped up to the upside. Just here you can see that this downtrend is sort of becoming exhausted. Now what happens at this point? Do we break out to the upside? Yay, off to the moon. Or are we going to roll here and come down and retest these lows? Like I've said to you, is a potential scenario right now, putting a fear of God into people, having a wick down onto that level of support, get some cheeky bids in down there, come back up, double bottom, and off we go for Bitcoin into the new year right there. Okay, so something is going to give, isn't it? Given these candlestick formation I've never even heard of, Heiken Ashi. So you can see here immediately, look at the squeezing effect right now that we're getting. Got that squeezing effect just there, and then we got a break, didn't we? Unfortunately, obviously to the downside, but we held the support of the swing low, double bottom, and up we went. So are we looking at a very, very similar scenario right here for Bitcoin? People getting a little bit too bullish here. Are we going to break to the upside? Would be great, but like I said to you, the confirmation break that you're looking for is get back above the weekly 20 EMA, hold the support, and that could be a fantastic entry point. Because you can see here, when we did get the break here, where we got the squeeze on the Heiken Ashi candles, we didn't break to the upside, we broke to the downside. Do you see that? So that was great, because that offered a beautiful short opportunity down to that swing low. Now I do think that if you do start to roll here, you could have a lovely little short opportunity from there down to that swing low. Put some cheeky long bids in there and start to come back up the stairs, hold, and get back above the EMAs right there. Equally, you could break to the upside. So we're going to trade this event on the break. So it's coming over the next couple of weeks. You can see the squeezes coming here on this Heiken Ashi candle. So something's going to give here for Bitcoin. If we do start to break here, hold and back test that 20 EMA, then I'm putting a juicy long on the retest of that 20 EMA, because you've entered the uptrend on the weekly time frame, and that's the most important time frame for me. Okay, and you've broken key resistance. Like I said to you, there is a key resistance up there around about 52k, in which Bitcoin did run into, it retraced to it, and it did offer a fantastic short opportunity at that point back down. Okay, so it's going to be interesting. 2022 is going to offer some interesting analysis moving forward for Bitcoin and what's it going to do. But one thing I want to show you, that some kind of break is imminent over the next few weeks. Some kind of move is coming here for Bitcoin. Now obviously we would like to see the break to the upside, but it doesn't always go the way we want and plan. Okay, but I do think that this particular scenario right here, like I said to you so many times, this accumulation phase that we're going through here for Bitcoin, like we did here, where we got caught between a swing high and a swing low. You can see in this event here, we wicked down shy of this swing low. Okay, that's why when it started to come back up into the resistance, I gave everybody the short opportunity and said to you, look, you got to put some cheeky bids down here on this swing low at 28,800, and it was met on the dollar. So I'm telling you right now, you've wicked down here, which is shy of this swing low. Okay, so you've not necessarily tested this as support. So for me, this is your test of support for Bitcoin. If it comes, get the squeeze down, wick down, start to come back up, hold the support, moving into January, and this is where you start to break out in the new year for Bitcoin. This would actually make sense to me, you know, than breaking out here, because I do think if you do start to break out here, you could potentially put in a dead cat bounce, because I don't think you've gone through a longer level of accumulation, which I would like to see, you know. And I always say to you, the best optimal entry points is when you've got the fear in the market, okay, and the potential of losing a swing low as well, because you do start to lose that. That's your bear market confirmation right there. Like I said to you in all the videos here, I said to you, look, there's no bear market here. You're not losing this low, okay? You're not losing the 55. If you lose the 55 and you're hitting your head on it, that's your bear market confirmation. And I had trolls, I had everybody saying I don't know what I'm talking about, but we held it and we start to come back upstairs and we put in a brand new high, okay? And we're looking at a very, very similar scenario here for Bitcoin, providing we can continue to hold the support right now and not fall under the 55, consecutively hitting our head. That's your bear market confirmation once you start to do that, okay? And at that point, you know, if you do start to do that, open a big short up, because you are coming down to that trend line, test the support. And like I said to you, there is a last level of support, which is the ultimate buy and go to the week signal down there from CoinsKid, around about 20k I think it is at the moment, but it is rising and it is moving up with the Bitcoin price, and I wouldn't anticipate, you know, that it could potentially come all the way up to about 28k by the time, if, and it is a big if, that Bitcoin did roll. So at the minute I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, okay? So that's basically Bitcoin's quick little update for you today on Bitcoin. That the high Kinashi candles are showing some kind of break, which is coming quite imminently over the next few weeks for Bitcoin. Take care, everyone. Back to another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.